Hello students, welcome back in this new class. In the previous videos, we have discussed about the chapter number 1, that is Introduction to Commercial Organizations. Now, today I am going to give you some question answers, long answer questions, which is given in your book. I hope you all have your book with you. So students, you have to do that. All these question answers are there in this video. Total questions are there 23, which is given in your book also. You have to write down the answers of these questions in your commercial application copy. I have written only questions. Answers you will find out from your book. So first question is, what is business? Describe the nature of business activities. Second, how will you classify business activities? Third, explain various types of industry. Fourth, discuss the importance of commerce. Fifth, commercial activities deal with buying and selling of goods, the exchange of commodities and the distribution of finished goods. Explain. Sixth, commerce consists of all those activities which are involved in the removable of hindrances of person, place and time. Explain. Seventh, describe aids to trade. Eighth, explain the interrelationship between trade, commerce and industry. Ninth, distinguish between organization, firm and company. 10th, give the classification of commercial organizations according to activities. 11th, explain industrial groupings. 12th, describe the classification of business organizations into primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. 13. Distinguish between profit and non-profit making organizations. 14th, explain in brief the features of non-profit organizations. 15th, explain different types of non-profit making organizations. 16th, discuss the nature and types of charitable organizations. 17th, write notes on first mutual benefit organization, second commonweal organization. 18th, give a comparison between public sector, private sector and joint sector enterprises. 19th, explain the characteristics of public sector enterprises. 20. Describe the characteristics of public sector enterprises. 21. Explain the characteristics of joint sector enterprises. 22. What is a commercial organization? State its characteristics. Distinguish between commercial and non-commercial organizations. 23. Distinguish between an organization, a firm and a company. So these all are the total 23 question answers are there. So you have to find out the answers from your book and you have to write down in your copy. If you have any doubt, any clarification about any question, that doubt I'll clear when school will reopen or when we will meet in the school. That time I will clear your all doubts related to these questions or related to the chapter. Now I'm going to start the next chapter, that is chapter number 2. Name of the chapter is, now we will start the next chapter, that is chapter number 2, ownership structures, sole proprietorship and joint Hindu family business. In this chapter we will discuss about the sole proprietorship business and joint Hindu family business. So what is the meaning of sole proprietorship? Sole proprietorship is a form of business that is owned, managed and controlled by an individual person. Means that business is run by a single person. That is why it is called as a one-man show. Why it is called as a one-man show? Because this is owned, controlled and managed by a single person. That is why it is called as a sole proprietorship. Is it clear to all? We can take one definition. Sole proprietorship is an informal type of business owned by one person. So this is the definition given by James Limty. So I hope you understood the meaning of sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is a form of business which is owned, controlled and managed by a single person, means it is totally based on a single person. That is why it is called as a one-man show. Now we come to the features of sole proprietorship. What are the features of sole proprietorship? Features means characteristics. So first of all, we take these all characteristics or features. First, single ownership. Why it is called a single ownership? Because here only one person is there which is owned. So a sole proprietorship is wholly owned by one individual, one person, and the individual supplies the total capital from his own wealth or borrowed funds. So that is why it is called as a single ownership. Now the next is second, one man control. We have discussed in the previous one that why it is called a one man show. Same here, one man control. The proprietor alone takes all the decisions pertaining to the business. He is not required to consult anybody, because means that only one man can take all the decisions of the business. That is why it is called as a one man control. Third is no separate legal entity. A sole proprietorship has no legal identity separate from that of its owner. The law makes no distinction between the proprietor and his business, because there is no difference between the proprietor and the business. There is no law to differentiate between the proprietor and their business. That is why it is called, there is a no separate legal entity. Now fourth is unlimited liability. The proprietor, the owner, is personally liable for all the debts of the business. In case the assets are insufficient to meet his debts, the personal property of the proprietor can be attached. That is why it is called as a unlimited liability. Next, no profit sharing. The sole proprietor alone is entitled to all the profit and losses of the business. Means he bears the complete risk of the business and there is nobody to share the profit or to share the losses of the business. So no profit sharing. Next is small size. The scale of operations carried on by a sole proprietorship is generally small. A sole trader can arrange limited funds and managerial ability. So size of the business is also so small. Next, no legal formalities. This is the last feature. No legal formalities are required to start the business, to manage the business or to dissolve the business. Only a license is necessary in certain types of business. So there is no more legal formalities in this type of sole proprietorship business. Hope you understood all the features of sole proprietorship. So once again, I am going to repeat the meaning of sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is a form of business, is a type of business that is totally owned, controlled and managed by a single person, managed by an individual. That is why it is called a one-man show. So these all are the features what we will discuss just now. Now in the next video, we will discuss about the merits and demerits of sole proprietorship business and suitability of sole proprietorship business. So that's all for today. Thank you.